Robbie, who took apart my sprinkler?
Hi everybody, it's Robbie from Southern California, and today I'm going to show you how I've been making my own fabulous dippers. Yes, dippers. So many of you asked me about this one, and they are very hard to find. I only found it at one store, and I haven't found it for a long time. Let me show you how to make the dipper of your choice so easy. Here they are. Here is this one I made, as well as the blue one, and if you are into recycling, you can use a food container. Now, my favorite bowl are the ones that Walmart sells. I'm sure you can find them at Target and other stores. These are for kids. They're BPA free, but this is why I like them. They're a soft bowl, and let me tell you something. With this plastic, this is going to last probably a lifetime, and it's going to be easy to cut and make it 1, 2, 3 with a few simple, cheap parts. When you're making your compost tea, you don't want to put your hands in it. Not that stuff. But with the dipper that you make, you can stir it up and you can use it just as easy as you can by just dipping. Look at that. We're going to go inside and I'm going to explain to you how easy it is to make. And if you want, like I said, you can recycle. This is a bowl container from sour cream, cottage cheese. You can use that, but I will say it is absolutely worth the money. For less than $1 a bowl, I think they're 50 cents a bowl, to make it out of a good bowl that's going to last you for years. So let's go in and see how to make these easy dippers with any size handle you want. Any size bowl if you wanted to go bigger, and you're going to just go crazy about it. It's going to make your life easier in the garden. So I'm going to tell you, this has been the easiest thing to make. As soon as I figured out how to make it, I just went for it. Okay, to make a ladle, here's a bowl. This is a bowl, just a plain plastic bowl. You want a good strong bowl. This is a PVC pipe, and this has this part. These are sprinkler parts. Now this part screws in. You'll see this goes in here. And this is one way of making a ladle. So what we want to do now is I want to make sure this is going to be on the inside and this is going to be here. So I want to kind of make a hole that this is going to be able to fit in. Now we're going to make our hole. Now if you've got a different way to cut it, most certainly cut it whatever way you want. I'm using a soldering iron. It's just easier for me. If we accidentally went too big, you could make take a plastic, any plastic from a food container, you make yourself a washer. Remember, this is hot, so be careful with it. I like using a plate to keep my soldering iron on. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So now I've got this in there. Now I push this piece back. And this has a screw in it. I'm going to screw the piece back together. There we go. Now I got the piece screwed on. Still got to take this one more piece. Just screw this in. You take any PVC pipe, any length you want, and we now have a beautiful garden ladle. Look at that. This cost me less than $1, and this is just pieces. Cool? I've got a ladle with a good handle, and like I said, you can make it as long as you want. All you have to do is you get a few PVC parts. It could be any part that you want to use as long as 2 pieces fit together. So here, all you need is the part that will thread onto a cap. That's what you need. And then what you do is that's going to be pushed in. And this part is the part that you're going to slide your PVC pipe in. This will be pushed into your bowl, and then the cap will be screwed on, and that will hold it. That's all you need. So it could be any type of part that will do that, as long as you can get this screwed onto a cap and just push in any size PVC pipe you want. Now, as far as the other part I used a sprinkler bubbler. They have different names. Here they call it a bubbler because those 2 parts screwed together. This one had a screw inside. They come in different colors. You can get them in black. It doesn't matter. And then as far as the pipes, you can get pipes. It can be Schedule 40, Schedule 80. It doesn't matter the schedule. This is thicker. Go with the cheaper. This one is $1.27 for a 24-inch, but you can get them in 10-foot lengths for like less than $3. So you could maybe have the store cut it in half for you, and you can just use a hacksaw with that, any type of saw. You don't have to buy a special cutter. And then you'll have a 10-foot pipe, and you can make the handles any size you want. Now, it just so happens, I went into the garage and I found that Gary bought a while back some bubblers. That's what they call it. They're green and they're used for sprinklers. The two pieces screw together, and then a PVC pipe fits on the back end. That's a perfect way of doing it. That will work. You can also get the two PVC parts where one has a screw and one has a cap. And you can screw the cap onto the top, and then on the back end you can put 1/2 inch PVC as well. I'm using 1/2 inch. 3/4 inch is too expensive. On top of that, it's too big. I don't need it. So this is all dealing with 1/2 inch PVC. So any parts that you find at the hardware store that fit together, that's going to pinch and hold a plastic bowl, is going to work. So with my soldering iron, I went around, and after drawing the circle approximately the size I wanted, I just took the center piece out. So I can slip in either one of those pieces, be it the bubbler or be it the white PVC part. And that was it. And then screw on the cap. I will say, you'll see off and on, I taped the inside of one of my caps. Gary did not have in the garage the screw-on cap. It's much better if you buy that. So what I did is I put the green painter's tape. It's really strong. You know how I use that in the garden. I put tape on the inside. I taped the inside, and then I screwed it in. So I created my own threads for that PVC part that had the threads. And then I just attached a handle. You can put any size handle that you want. Now I will show you, I also tried it on a food bowl, like a sour cream container. Though it will work, it's going to be harder to hold because it's so thin. You can create your own washer on it and try to make it a little more snug. You'll be putting a little more work out, and it's not going to last as long. These bowls, any children's bowl, I'm sure you have a plastic bowl around the house, any bowl. Now it's got to be a soft plastic. You cannot use melamine or malamic because you won't be able to make a hole. It's close to impossible. You would have to get special drill bits and all that. You want a soft plastic bowl. And that is it. The one from Walmart is the same exact size as the dippers I bought at that one store, Daiso. The problem is there's very few Daisos in the United States, and they don't always have it. I would say just make your own. I'm going to be making a whole bunch of them now. Easiest thing to make. Well, now you've got a dipper, so you can keep your hands out of the compost tea you're making. You don't want to put your hands in that. And this way you'll have a dipper so you can water your plants. And you can make a whole bunch of them, and you can make a hole on the end of the PVC pipe with your soldering iron and tie a piece of wire, and you can hang the dipper up too. Either make your own little hook or hang it on a nail, whatever you want, if you want to hang it. If not, I just sometimes leave it in my totes with my plants. And this has been the greatest thing to make, and I absolutely love it. So I hope I've given you some ideas today on how to make your own dipper. This is the one I've been using. You don't need one from the store. Make your own, make a whole bunch of them, and you know what? These are gonna last forever. The parts are cheap, and if you've got a garage, you can go into the garage, and I'm sure you'll find all the parts in there. It's only a few.
Did you take apart my sprinkler? Robbie?
It's only a few parts, and they're usually used on sprinklers.
I need to go and use it on the trees.
Well, it's mine. He can go buy his own parts.
Robbie?
He can hand water a little bit too sometimes, right, Kenny? Anyways, go ahead and make your own dippers. Use whatever size bowl is going to work for you, and you're going to love it, and you're going to wow your gardening friends. Or make them for gifts. Make them attractive. Use fancy bowls with that. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.